Hello everyone, my name is Masha Knots, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful refracted chevron. So I had the hardest time thinking of a name for this bracelet, but thankfully you guys over on Instagram helped me decide, and after voting on it, you guys decided that we should call this the refracted chevron, so that's what I'm going with. This bracelet is very easy to make, and as a beginner you can definitely make this. However, I wouldn't recommend this to be the first bracelet you try. If you've never made bracelets before, I have plenty of beginner tutorials, and I would recommend by starting with my beginner's guide video, which I'll be linking in the card and in the description down below. So going into this tutorial, I expect that you've made at least one bracelet before and are familiar with the basic knots. If you aren't, then I do have a tutorial on that as well, which will also be linked in the card and in the description. That being said, let's get right into it. So you can use however many colors that you like. I decided to go with 5. The more colors that you add, the bigger the bracelet will be, and the less colors you have, the thinner the bracelet will be. However many colors you decide to get, you need 2 strings of each color. I, however, decided that I'm going to do a loop, and because in a loop you fold your strings, creating 2 out of 1, I'm only going to be cutting 1 string per color, and then folding it to create 2. If you're not doing a loop, then cut 2 strings per color, around 1 meter long each. And if you're doing a loop like me, then 1 string per color, about 2 meters long, since you're going to be folding it. So once you cut your string, you're going to fold it in half so all of the ends meet each other. And then on the other side, you're going to create a loop by doing an overhand knot. Now, as I did mention previously, going into this tutorial, I expect that you know how to make all the basic knots, so I'm not going to be going into detail here. If you do need a detailed tutorial on all of the knots, I have that available in the card and in the description in the separate video. So there you go, I just did an overhand knot, and you want to make sure that the size of the loop is okay for you, since this will be the loop of your bracelet as well. I'm pretty happy with the size. You're now going to secure your bracelet onto your workspace. Mine is just this table, and I'm just going to be using some tape. So you're going to arrange your colors symmetrically, and you're going to arrange them in the order that you want them to appear in the bracelet. So I want green, orange, yellow, blue, and red to appear in my bracelet. And this is very similar to the basic chevron. At the beginning, however, because you're going out from a knot, all of your strings are sort of messed up. So the first couple of rows might be a little bit difficult to do just because of the string positioning, but once you get into it, it will become easier. You just have to keep track of all of your string positions to make sure that they're not getting messed up. All right, I'm going to start with the right side here, and I'm going to grab the 2 strings first, which is the orange and the green, and I'm going to do a forward knot with the orange onto the green. I'm then going to take the next string, which is the yellow, and I'm also going to do a forward knot onto the same green. So after those 2 forward knots are done, we now take the green and we do a backward knot onto the next string, which is the blue. And then another backward knot onto the red. And there we go, the right side is done. As you can see, it is a little bit messy at the top, as I said it would be, but it's just going to be the first couple of rows like that. On the other side, on the left side, we do the exact same thing, but in reverse. So we start with the 2 outermost strings, and we do a backward knot with the orange onto the green. We then take the next string, which is the yellow, and we also do a backward knot on the green. And then with this green, we do a forward knot on the next string, which is the blue. And then a forward knot on the next string, which is the red. And then once those 2 green strings are in the middle together, we do a knot between them. I'm just going to do a forward knot, since it doesn't matter when the 2 strings are the same color. And that is literally it. There is only 1 row that you need to repeat for the entire bracelet. And it's only a slight variation from the regular chevron. So let's just repeat it one more time. So in the regular chevron, you just take the outermost strings and you do forward knots on the left side, backward knots on the other side to bring them into the center. In this one, the first 2 knots are different. You're still moving this string into the center, but the first 2 knots are done onto it. So here on the right side, we're going to be doing knots onto the orange with the yellow in a forward knot. That way the orange string is still moving to the left, but it's not actually making a knot of its color. It's being made a knot onto right here with the yellow. And then, as I said, 2 knots, so the next one is blue. We make a forward knot onto the orange as well. But then once those 2 knots are made, we do just go into the regular chevron, taking this orange and making backward knots on the remaining strings, first on the red and then on the green. And same thing on the other side. Just like a regular chevron, you're moving the orange string into the center, but the first 2 knots are made onto the orange string. So we're going to start with the yellow, doing a backward knot onto the orange, and then with the blue, doing a backward knot onto the orange. And then with this orange string, you do forward knots on the remaining strings. So a forward knot on the red and a forward knot on the green. And then once you reach the center with the 2 orange strings, any knot between them will do. I'm going to just do a forward knot here. And then if something happens like this here, where I've got the green popping through in the orange knot, I can just pull on the green a little bit, and then it just pops back into place. That's just a tip. You can find more tips in my bracelet life hack video. I believe I put that one in there as well. That will be in the card and in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, the rows have sort of started to even out. The strings are very clearly in their own positions now. You just continue making that exact same thing over and over and over again until the bracelet reaches the length that you want. So I'm going to continue doing this off camera and I'll show you the result. And there you go. The bracelet is now finished. I finished off this bracelet by doing a simple braid. You can do whatever start and finish you like. I have plenty of tutorials for both different starts and different finishes on bracelets. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer as many as I can. As I did say, this is a very simple bracelet, but I think it looks really, really cool. I love how many different ways there are to make chevrons really interesting. So I thought I'd share this one with you guys. You may not know that I have a second channel where I post more personal stuff. I recently did a video with my flatmate about what it's like to rent flats in London as students. You can see that in the card and in the description. I'm also posting more on there quite regularly, so I'd love it if you'd check it out. As for this channel, I post on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and sometimes bonus videos sprinkled in between as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye!